Alright, this is a review for a test. If you haven't worked these out, I'll pause the video and try them. Start with, we're doing solving one-step equations. To get rid of multiplying by 3, we'll divide both sides by 3. And so x is -6. You can always check it by substituting it back in. Number 2, to get rid of plus 8, subtract 8. 3 minus 8 gives us -5. To get rid of division by 4, we'll multiply both sides of the equation by 4. And so x equals -44. And then to get rid of -6, we will add 6 to each side. And so we get x equals 16. These are all two-step equations. To get rid of -2, we'll add 2 to each side. Six plus 2 gives us 8. To get rid of division by 9, we'll multiply both sides by 9. And so we'll get x equal to 72. Number 6, to get rid of -7, we'll add 7 to each side. And so we get 4x equals 20. And then to get rid of multiplying by 4, divide by 4. And so x is 5. As always, feel free to pause it or rewind it if you need to. To get rid of plus 11, subtract 11. So we have -6x equals -12. To get rid of multiplying by -6, we'll divide both sides by -6. And so we get x equal to 2. Number 8, notice that everything on the left side is being divided by 6. So to get rid of that, we can multiply both sides by 6. So we get 24 on the right side. On the left side, those 6's cancel, or you could say divides out. So we're just left with the numerator. To get rid of plus 3, subtract 3. And so we get x equal to 21. Here we've got some literal equations. Make sure you pay attention to what you're solving for. We're solving for c, so locate c in the equation. To get rid of the a that's being added to the c, we'll subtract a from each side. We can do the same type of thing with b. Subtract b from each side of the equal sign, and also subtract d from each side of the equal sign. And so we get p minus a minus b minus d equal to the c. Notice we were solving for c, we got c by itself. Number 10, to get rid of plus 273, subtract 273 from each side. Sorry, that should say solving for c. And so we get k minus 273 equal to c. Or if you wanted to rewrite it with the c on the left side, you could. Still solving literal equations. On number 11, we're solving for k. Notice where k is in the equation. Everything on the right side is being divided by 3. So to get rid of that, we can multiply by 3. So we have 3a equal to h plus j plus k. And then we want to get the k by itself, so we can subtract h from each side, and we can subtract j from each side. And so we end up with 3a minus h minus j equal to k. So we got k by itself, we have solved for k. Number 12, we're solving for h. We want to get the h by itself. To get rid of multiplying by pi, we can divide by pi. To get rid of multiplying by r squared, we can divide by r squared. So if you want to do that in one step, you can divide both sides by pi r squared. The pi r squareds divide out, and so we have h equal to the volume divided by pi times the radius squared. We have the h by itself, we have solved for h. These next four problems we're getting into slope-intercept form. We want to get the y by itself, and then we want to see the x term, and then if there's a constant, it'll go at the end. So to get rid of this 3x that's being added to the y term, we'll subtract 3x from each side. We want the x term right after the equal sign, and it's not a like term with the 4 with the constants. So just write it out. Number 14, notice where y is in the equation. And so we want to get that y by itself. We'll add 6x to each side. And so that'll give us 3y equal to 6x plus 12. To get rid of multiplying by 3, divide everything by 3. Notice we have more than one term on the right side, so we have to divide each of those terms by the 3. 6x divided by 3 is 2x. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Same directions here, get it into slope-intercept form. That's y equals mx plus b. So we want to get rid of the 5x, the positive 5x, so subtract 5x from each side. On the right side, they're not like terms, you can't combine them, so we'll just write it out. We want that x term right after the equal sign. And then to get rid of multiplying by 4, divide everything by 4. And so we get y equal to negative 5/4, we can just keep as that fraction. And then negative 28 divided by 4 is negative 7. 16, to get the y by itself, we can add 2 to each side. On the left side, they're not like terms, so we can't combine them. And then we can use the symmetric property of equality to switch sides on the equation, so that y is by itself on the left side. Then we see the equal sign, and then our x term, and then our constant. So we've gotten that into slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b.